In this video, we're going to talk about tyre pressure settings, and it's one of those contentious topics that everyone's got an opinion about. So what I want to point out at the beginning of this is it's important to recognize that there are principles that we apply here. So the principles, I don't think anyone's going to argue about. So we apply those principles. When it comes to the exact settings that you run, I'm going to give you some ideas about what I run in tyre pressure settings, but it's up to you to either follow that information or go and get some manufacturer's information about where you would begin for a track day type scenario, and collect data, have a bit of a play, experiment with the pressure settings so that you work out what works best for you, the way you ride, your bike, your environmental conditions, and the tyres that you're running on your particular motorcycle. So why don't we just leave it at that. Enjoy the video. Okay, tyre pressure settings. So first of all, we want to recognise that there's a principle that we apply here when we take a motorcycle and put it on the track, and that is we're going to run much lower pressures on the track than we would out on the street. So if you look at your motorcycle manual and go to the page that provides information about tyre pressure settings, you'll find that the settings are actually quite high. They might say the front needs to be 38 to 40 psi and the rear should be set at 40 to 44 psi, something like that. So they're not incorrect in providing that information. It's relevant to the thing that they're anticipating that you're going to do with that motorcycle, and that is ride it within the speed limits, commute to and from different locations, and the pressure settings that they're giving you are going to work under those conditions. They're going to prevent flat spotting across the middle of the tyre because you might be commuting with the bike vertical, and like I said, very relevant to what the intended use of that motorcycle is. Now, you take that bike and you put it on a racetrack, you're not going to use those pressures. They're too high, right? What we're seeking is optimum grip. We're not worried about the wear and tear on a racetrack. We want that tyre to hang on so that when we go around a corner, we don't crash. When we put the brakes on, we don't lose the front end. When we accelerate, it doesn't light up the rear tyre. So we're trying to optimize the tyre. And the principle that we apply here is we reduce the tyre pressure settings. That increases, because it allows the tyre to flex more, it increases the contact patch. It also accommodates the idea that you're going to increase pressures as the tyres get hotter. So a tyre pressure set at 30 psi, say, might go up to 34, 35, 36 psi under certain conditions. They get very hot and the air expands in the tyre. So we're going to lower the tyre pressure settings. Now, what settings would we apply? Okay, well, I've got a Hypersport tyre here, and the information that I give you related to this would apply equivalently to a sport tyre. We're going to reduce here, and the settings that I would use for the race tech, and these are settings that we've researched quite a bit at the California Superbike School, and also just, my general riding on the ranges here. 32 cold front, 26 cold rear. So you notice we've dropped the back quite a bit, right? So the front needs stability. It's going to be a little bit higher because it needs the stability under braking. There's a lot of weight pressing down on it. The rear tyre doesn't get that level of load because when you're braking, the weight transfers to the front. Where it gets a lot of its load is in the cornering acceleration forces. So it's a driving tyre, and this is a steering and pull the bike up kind of tyre. It's the way it works. So we have some higher pressure in the front, 32 psi cold as a general rule for the Metzler. The same numbers would apply to a Pirelli, and 26 cold rear in the back, and they seem to be optimal. Now, a racer would set these tyres hot. So they might put them on either tyre warmers, or after a couple of rotations, they'll test the tyre pressure with a gauge. And what they're looking for is around about 34 psi hot front and 26 to 28 psi hot rear. And you'd be surprised how much the tyre pressure can actually increase under hot conditions. If you're riding hard, the bitumen's hot, it's hot environmental conditions, it can go, 6, 7, 8 degrees. It's incredible how much it rises. Particularly the rear tyre is what I found. So 32, pretty good start. 30 to 32 front, cold, and 26 to 28 rear cold for you. That would work for you on sport tyres and Hypersport tyres. So what about a race slick? Let's give you a little information about that. And again, the thing I didn't mention earlier is this can change significantly for the different brands. So when the only experience I've got with the different brands is Pirelli versus Dunlop. And the Dunlop tyre is a much stiffer carcass than the Pirelli and the Metzeler, and it operates on a much lower pressure. So Race Slick, this is a Pirelli Superbike slick. This is the soft compound SC1, so it's only it's only 110 wide, because this is the one we run on the front of the Ninja 400 Kawasaki. So in this particular case, I put these on tyre warmers. So we set the tyre warmer at 90 degrees, and then I test the pressure hot before we go out on track. And the temperature setting that I've found works best for this particular tyre, SC1 on the Ninja 400, for me, riding in North Queensland at the racetrack in Townsville, is 34 psi hot front and 28 psi hot rear. So it just seems for me to work best in those pressures. I've tried it more, I've tried a bit less, and that has been optimum for me. So Race Slicks we're going to run hot. We're not going to run out there and set them cold and then just ride out on the track. They just don't warm up enough, quick enough. The only other thing that I will mention is the wet race tyre. The wet tyre or the rain tyre, these have a much softer, more supple construction, so they need a little bit more air to maintain their shape. And effectively, I run 34 psi cold front and rear on these tyres, and they perform remarkably well. So if you've never ridden on wet tyres, man, that's an experience you've got to have once in your life, because it will blow your mind how much these things grip. Well, there you go. I hope you found that information useful. I just want to reinforce an important point, and that is you need to find out your own pressure settings. Don't listen to everyone. Everyone's got an opinion. So you can start with some numbers. I've given you some numbers that you can start with, or I recommend that you go to the manufacturers and look for their tyre pressure setting tables. So I know that Metzeler and Pirelli make these. I've downloaded them, and they're going to be fairly consistent with what I've said. And I'm sure Dunlop and all the others are going to have similar tables with tyre pressure settings for track use. And, you know, that's it. So have fun experimenting, and I'll catch you in another video. Bye.